So today I want to tell you a funny story, and I'm going to give you some parallels. Just this past weekend, I was hanging this real pretty chandelier in my daughter's room. And so I had to take down the builder light and, convert it and do all kinds of stuff so that the chandelier would work. Well, I'm not good at that kind of stuff. I break more stuff than I ever fix. I'm a great fixer because I usually break it first and then have to fix it. So I go to Home Depot, and the first time I kind of play it off like I know what I'm doing, and I go to the light guy at Home Depot, and he's like, yeah, you just need this and this. I'm like, golden, okay, good, we're solid. I go back home, nope, not what I need. Now I'm taking pictures with my iPhone to try and show him what's really going on. And light guy's probably, I think in his early 60s, very smart, seems to know really everything about lighting, and he knows 100% more than I do. And so my second trip back, I'm talking to him and I'm like, look, this didn't fit and this didn't work, and what is this? And you need this and you need this and this is what you need. Okay, that didn't work, so try this. This will get you where you need to go. So I go, okay. I go back home and I'm trying to, do it, and I've got all the different wrenches and I'm yanking on it and hitting it. All of my family has come into the room to watch this as though they think I'm going to be able to do it. And I'm a good faker. I'm faking it. Yeah. And finally, I can't fake it anymore. And the old fixture just goes boom. And they all look at me and they all leave the room one by one because they know bad words are coming. So I pick up all my crap and I throw it in a bag and I drive like a maniac to Home Depot. Now I'm pissed at light guy. So now I go into the light department, wait for him to finish with the guy, and now we're talking and I'm frustrated and I'm trying to describe it to him and he's just not following. And I'm like, look, here's a picture. This doesn't go here. This isn't working. And people are walking by us at Home Depot. I was showing him a picture, and this one big burly guy that probably is so much more gifted at all this stuff than I looks over and he kind of laughs at me and smirks. And so now I feel like a complete idiot. I'm breaking out in a cold sweat. All the dark voices, you're an idiot, you're stupid, you should know how to do this, you're a complete fiasco. All those voices are there, and I'm just like, but this is what I need to do. Doesn't this make sense to you, light guy? And light guy finally is like, son, I don't get it. That's not what you do with chandeliers. And I feel like the biggest idiot. And so I'm like, okay, so what are you telling me to do? So he tells me this, I go home, and believe it or not, it still didn't work. Something happened, one of the bolts wouldn't fit, but now I know what I need to do, and so I go back to Home Depot the fourth time, and I'm so pissed. I'm opening up packages to see if things work, and if they don't, I'm throwing it to the side. You don't know what Home Depot, so don't worry. And so I'm trying to make stuff fit, and it won't, and then I'm finally finding it, and I'm opening up stuff, looking around, and trying to jam it in. No, that doesn't fit. That's the wrong size. Finally find the right size. Finally get everything that I need and go home, dial it in, have a cup of coffee on the way home from Home Depot, and everything fits, the lights up, everything's great. And that parallel is, I can't tell you how many times I fought with Rick. I mean, and Rick and I have a unique relationship because early on I said, look, I want you to be point blank. I need you to just tell me how it is. I don't want a bunch of big, therapist talk. Just give me the straight stuff. And he said, okay, but when I do that, you're going to have to receive it. I said, I will. It really paints a picture of why you need expert help, because there was so many times I got in fights with Rick where I would say, this just makes sense, Rick, this is how it is. Samantha's a terrible communicator. She doesn't get it. Here's the truth. And he would say, Samuel, and he would be very gracious, and he would go, Samuel. And I would say, but listen, she just doesn't know how to communicate. And he one day finally said, Samuel, shut up. And I said, okay, I'm cool. He said, here's what you're not getting. You're not seeing it from her perspective. It makes sense to you, but it should make sense to you. You are only thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about Samantha and how Samantha sees things and what Samantha feels and what Samantha is experiencing, like the light guy. Son, that's not how recovery works. And I had this epiphany, and I was like, man, you're right. And Rick went a step further. He said, can I tell you something else? I said, yeah. And he said, you just don't seem to have any concept of how bad you have hurt Samantha. Like, you don't get it. You're just callous. And I'm surprised Samantha hasn't left you or separated from you more. I mean, you're so caught up in your own little Samuel world, and it's going to bite you in the ass. And I had this moment where I kind of sunk into Rick's couch and was like, ooh. So let me give you 4 key points. Number 1, understand that we are given to pride, and we are given to seeing things from our own perspective. And when you're trying to heal from infidelity, if you only see things from your own perspective, you're going to blow it, either betrayed or unfaithful. You're going to be like me with the light guy with tons of experience who knew everything about lighting was trying to tell me how to do it, and I just couldn't see it. So realize that we're given to pride, and we like to see things in a way that's going to only benefit ourselves. Number 2, understand why you need an objective third party to be able to help you both mediate and see things from a third person, objective point of view. In marriage recovery from infidelity, the unfaithful seeing it their way, and the betrayed is seeing it their way, and the betrayed can't make the unfaithful see it their way, and the unfaithful can't make the betrayed see it their way. There's too much water underneath the bridge. There's too much bitterness, resentment, and oh, by the way, unfaithful spouse has devastated the life of the betrayed. So finding objectivity is just, it's not going to be possible. Number 3, if you're the unfaithful, understand that you're probably pretty self-absorbed and you can't see things the way your betrayed spouse is seeing them. You're probably going to have to get some lessons in empathy and remorse and humility, because if you didn't need lessons in empathy and remorse and humility, you wouldn't have cheated. Number 4, if you're a betrayed spouse, understand that our hurt and our pain and our trauma blinds us. So you may not be seeing clearly because of the amount of pain and hurt and trauma that you're having to navigate through. And so in summary, man, get the right kind of help, because the right kind of help will help you find objectivity. And if you're a complete self-absorbed idiot like I was, who might be a master at communicating and boxing your betrayed spouse into a corner, I'm sorry, take it from me, you're not winning. You're winning your self-righteous race, you're winning your make yourself feel better about yourself race, but you're not winning the recovery race. I hope I helped you today. I know I was pretty direct, but it's the kind of communication that I needed. If I can ever help, please reach out.